And in particular, there is a very, very, very high expression of serotonin 2A receptors in the visual cortex. And that is one of the reasons why psilocybin triggers visual hallucinations. And provided psilocybin is present at sufficient enough concentration, that is, taken at a sufficient dosage, one will experience profound visual hallucinations, regardless of whether or not their eyes are open or their eyes are closed. Now, that's an important fact because it explains one of the major effects of psilocybin that people experience while they are on the drug. Now, as I'll talk about a little bit later in terms of what constitutes a useful psilocybin session, useful meaning that it's leading to adaptive improvements in mood, adaptive improvements in creativity and cognition, etc., is that people not have their eyes open for at least the majority of the psilocybin session. This is something I've discussed with several experts who are running clinical studies on psilocybin in their laboratories, some of whom are going to be guests on the Huberman Lab Podcast in upcoming episodes. Again, I can't underscore this enough. Because your visual cortex contains so many of these serotonin 2A receptors, and because psilocybin binds so strongly to that serotonin 2A receptor, you're going to experience a lot of visual hallucinations when you are under the influence of psilocybin. There's no surprise there. This has been known for hundreds, if not thousands of years. It's one of the main reasons why people take psilocybin. However, as I mentioned earlier, these hallucinations occur even when the eyes are closed. And it's now fairly well established that if people are to take psilocybin and have their eyes open, much of their cognition, much of their thinking, much of the time spent in that psilocybin journey is focused on the altered perceptions of things in the outside environment. Sometimes this looks like a sort of a fracturing of the outside world into kind of geometric shapes. Sometimes it appears as a kind of melting of things in the visual environment, including people's faces, or a morphing of people's faces. All of that has a strong, let's just call it a draw for a lot of people who are looking for a highly unusual experience inside of the psilocybin journey.